My name's Alan Worthy. I am recently retired Navy captain, helicopter pilot, naval aviator. I was fortunate enough to do 7 tours here in San Diego during my career, and the first one was here at NTC. So I graduated from high school in 1988 in a small town in Pennsylvania, and I joined the Navy on a whim. I was selected to come here to NTC for the Boost program, broadened opportunity for officer selection and training. It's designed to take you through a year of academics and military training to get you ready for the Naval Academy or ROTC. So I graduated from high school, and 9 days later I was on a plane to San Diego from Pennsylvania, landed here, and what NTC means to me is this is the foundation of who I became, not only as a naval officer, but as an adult. I was 17 when I landed here. Going from Pennsylvania to here, 3,000 miles away from family, and it was game on by myself. Luckily, you're with a bunch of other people who are in the same predicament. As I walk through here now, and I live here in San Diego now, this is Barracks 17, Company Charlie, Barracks 18, Company Bravo. I look across the street and, the lot was our Boost building back in 1988. And my kids, who are teenage girls now, love to come to the lot and watch movies, and they have to listen to Dad talk about this is where my Navy career started. I have these great memories. I still talk to a lot of friends from boot camp and Boost. Your memory of planes going over from Lindbergh were airplane push-ups. And in boot camp, something went wrong and you had to get on your face for a push-up. You go down to 3 inches when an airplane comes over. You stay there till the next one comes over. So we did 9 weeks at RTC, and then when you graduate right off the grinder, I was just there this morning looking at the grinder of where we all graduated. You grab your gear and you walk over and you check in right behind us to Boost. Check in, my barracks are no longer here. If I look at the empty parking lot right across from the chapel is where my barracks were, and I spent a year there, and you started the Boost program. And I have these fond memories of being here and growing up and becoming an adult with all my friends. As I've grown and I've gone through my 30 years, and as I said before, I've done 6 or 7 tours here, I've had the opportunity to come back and see Liberty Station morph. I've watched my barracks buildings slowly go away. I've watched the USS Never Sail is still here, which is amazing. The bridge next to it, we used to affectionately call it Rubberneck Bridge, because when you marched over to Chow and boot camp, you'd look to see what was going on in the real world. The AM/PM on the corner of Rosecrans had the best late night hot dogs and hamburgers back in '88. But all that stuff is, I've watched it change, and I'm really appreciative of the fact that I can come back here and still see where I grew up. So I came here to San Diego and ROTC and NTC, and I had no clue about the Navy. It was my introduction to the Navy. But I got to be on this base and watch the helicopters and the action at North Island across the way. And that was my first real introduction to naval aviation, and that's the first kernel of thinking about flying I ever had. I left here and went to George Washington University, went through ROTC, and I was fortunate enough to get selected for aviation coming out of George Washington University. To make captain when I started off as an E1 is, I'm proud of that. I came here and I had the opportunity, the simplest things, managing your own money, figuring out how you're going to eat at the end of the month, figuring out how to go to Tijuana when it was a good time and not get in trouble. The foundation of who I became, and it taught me to be a man and taught me to be a naval officer. I was the most, of all the things I've done in my Navy career, I've graduated from Boost, and my time here on NTC is at the top of that list, because without it, nothing else would be possible.